أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد Sadakallahu Azim. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and every time this black pot rests on the fire, there is something sumptuous cooking. Now, today we have something delicious to serve you, a whole lot of things, and we can't afford to waste time. We go straight into action. Remember, this is the Black Pot, and my name, Blakk RASTA. Now, this is where we speak truth to power. And remember, we don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country. And anytime we sneeze, wicked man have to catch cold. Trust me, this is the Black Pot. We only criticize to build and not to destroy. My brother, my sister, let's go straight into action. Now, the very first thing I want to look at is entitled Ungrateful Stomach Journalist Adom-Otchere at it again. Oh my God. This might sound harsh, but let us take it easy and watch it. At the end of this, let us all come together as judges, yes, pocket lawyers, and be able to argue it together. Who is Adom-Otchere? He's a quite handsome guy that I love, very eloquent and quite brilliant. I love him. Oh my God, have mercy. This is Adom-Otchere. Oh my God. The last time I checked, he was struggling to pass his law exams. I don't know if he's done that yet. But if he has, congratulations. If he hasn't, more hope, more hope, more hope. You have what it takes, brethren. Now, Adom-Otchere is a journalist. And he's supposed to also be a lawyer, as you were told. And when he is on radio or TV, he creates a whole lot of excitement around him. In fact, he is well behaved. In fact, let me say he was well behaved until recently when he went gaga. I don't know what is really happening, but let's not be prejudicial in this. Let's get into the fiber of the content. Watch me now. Now, Adom-Otchere is a journalist. And when he comes on TV, he is a delight to watch. He has information. I love people who are brilliant. Hear me now, brethren. Now, Adom-Otchere of late has gone into a certain tango with the Agbogbo Mafia of the Asogli state. I'm talking about Togbe Afede the 14th. Now, Togbe Afede the 14th is a great man. Hey, he served as the president of the House of Chiefs right here in Ghana. And after that, they brought him a hefty ex gratia. What is ex gratia? After you have finished your service to the nation, they package a certain amount of money and give to you. Togbe Afede looked at this and said, I can't take this hefty sum. Close to 400,000 Ghana cedis. Specifically, 365,000 Ghana cedis. My brother, my sister, he looked at it and said, nah. I cannot take this money from a poor country like Ghana. A country that has its president flying left, right, and center at the taxpayers' cost. Begging for alms from all over the world. How can you pay me this amount of money? I cannot take it. Adom-Otchere was not enthused about it. And he had to serve his paymasters. My brother, my sister, he came out vehemently against the man, Togbe Afede the 14th. Now, Togbe Afede the 14th is a well-established man In fact, a very successful man. He owns the AWA Airlines, and that is the African World Airlines, which has even started flying international. He also owns the Asogli power plant, which supplies a lot of electricity to some parts of the country. Hear me now, Togbe Afede is not a poor man. Now, Togbe Afede, when he heard Paul Adom-Otchere on his show, talking about how Togbe Afede was being hypocritical, he needed to return much more than the ex-gratia, because whilst he was the president of the House of Chiefs, he was taking salary. At the same time, he was also taking money for transportation, because he claimed to be coming all the way from the Volta region home when actually he was resident in Accra. Togbe Afede was not happy about this, and he quickly sent his good friend, and I'll explain to you why Paul was his good friend. He sent him an instant WhatsApp message. Watch what the message said. It said, "Shameful. You continue to tell lies to earn a living. You have to provide evidence of my plenary and committee meeting attendance record, and especially your allegation that I registered as coming from home to council meetings and so received transport allowance accordingly." My brother, my sister, Paul Adom-Otchere had alleged, in fact, in this show that Togbe Afede was responding to, that Togbe Afede only attended 16% of the meetings. In fact, he even provided some numbers, and it came out that Togbe Afede only made himself available to the House of Chiefs 16% of all the times. Togbe Afede wasn't happy. Togbe Afede wrote a letter. In fact, it was a press release in which he said, "Listen, I never took transportation. I will never lower myself to that standard, taking money that is not meant for me. I always registered as somebody coming from Accra, and I never took transportation." So bring the evidence from that time. Loudmouthed Paul Adom-Otchere has never been able to provide any evidence, but he's good at that. When he doesn't have the evidence, he doesn't also have the courtesy to come back and retract and apologize. He hardly does that. My brother, my sister, let's get more serious. Hear me now. Hey, Paul Adom-Otchere lashed back at this chief, and before we realized, Ghanaian socialites decided to come down, swoop down on Paul Adom-Otchere like vultures, ready to eat his carcass for attempting to insult a chief. Why do you call him hypocritical when you don't have the facts? Would you dare say that about other chiefs? Can you talk like that so outlandishly to other chiefs? Or is it because you don't come from the area of this chief? Kwesi Pratt even talked about it. What did Kwesi Pratt say? He asked Paul Adom-Otchere, "You dare not take on other chiefs like Togbe Afede." And that's what Kwesi Pratt opines. My brother, my sister, nobody saw it as funny. But Paul Adom-Otchere was doing his paymaster's work. Hear me now. Now people started bringing out the rots about Paul Adom-Otchere. And hear me, what did they say? It came out that when Paul was actually getting married, he borrowed a car to be part of his procession, wedding procession. And that car belonged to Togbe Afede. It was a BMW 7 Series. I don't know car, so I won't boast about how expensive this car is. When I saw it running around on social media, I said this would not be true. This might be one of those things people bring out and tell a lot of lies. So I was waiting for Paul to come out and say, "Oh, this is true," or "This is false." And this is Paul Adom-Otchere standing there with his wife, and you can see the car with the registration number on the other side. This was when Paul Adom-Otchere got married. He wore the Scottish kilt or the Irish kilt, and well, all those who attended and were part of the, wedding, whatever. I don't do weddings, so I don't know what, they call those people. They all wore that thing. You see that. He dared to be different. And I like people who are creative. He went the Scottish way or the Irish way. My brother, my sister, it was a beautiful event, at least according to people who went to that event. So did Adom-Otchere actually borrow the car from Togbe Afede? Then it also came out that Togbe Afede actually paid the fees of Paul Adom-Otchere whilst he was at the law school at Makola. I said, nah, I can't believe this. If a man gave you a car to use for your wedding and paid your fees, I don't think you'll be so disrespectfully talking to him like this, no matter who your paymaster is. I rebuffed this thing, kicked them out and said, nah, this is not true. Until Paul Adom-Otchere himself spoke. What did Paul Adom-Otchere say? He said that yes, he actually borrowed a car from Togbe Afede. But he actually wanted to go for the same car, BMW 7 Series from Kofi Amwa. We all know Kofi Amwa, Citizen Kofi. He wanted to go to him and get his 7 Series. But he also remembered that Togbe Afede had one. So he called him and said, Togbe, I know you have this kind of car. I was going to get one from Kofi Amwa, but I just thought that I should rather talk with you and see if you can release it. And Togbe said, come and take it. Use it for your wedding. But the ungrateful person that Paul is, I was shocked. You know what he said? He said he had a fleet of cars. At the time of his wedding, he was already a director. At where? At where? City. He was already a director. And at the same time, he was also working where and was already successful. Interesting. A successful man who goes around borrowing cars from people for what? He said he wanted to show off. Show off with nothing? Is that what you are training the youth to come out and learn? That you don't have it, so you have to go and borrow what we call borrower, so you look good. It's because of people like Paul that people are stealing in this country. You can't afford it. Why do you want people to believe that you have it? That's why Shatawale and the rest are all fake, running around the place, wearing alumi around their neck and telling you that these things cost 7 billion. So a musician who is not able to afford kenke and fish finds himself in a certain situation where he will be disrespected because he cannot own a $70 billion alumi necklace. My brother, my sister. So he said he wanted to show off in his own words. Show off to who? Show off to who? He said he had 2 cars, Mercedes, Benz, but he needed a BMW 7 Series, and he wanted to tell the world that he was rich, he was successful. So he started his wedding on a footnote of lies and make-believes. Am I making sense? Now, did Togbe Afede actually pay his school fees? Paul had this to say, oh yes, when I was at Makola, I called him and I told him that, I needed my school fees to be paid. I was a little hard up, and Togbe said he would do something about it. Yes, but after some time, my fees was actually paid. And when it was paid, his office called me and told me that the check was ready. And I said, no, I don't need a check. I actually need cash, because at that time the fees had been paid already, and I wanted the cash in my pocket. So I went to see him. Can you imagine this ungrateful bastard? I am hurt by this. Can you imagine this? Excuse my French, brethren. You go to a man to give you something. If Paul himself hadn't said this, I'm telling you that I would never have believed it from anybody. You go to Togbe Afede to pay your school fees. He made it available to you via check. At the time the check came, you claimed that your fees had been paid. Should you go to the gallery with this? Instead of saying, thank you, Togbe, I appreciate you. You paid my fees, thank you. He doesn't want Togbe to take the glory that he ever paid his fees. His fees had already been paid. And so when the money came, he just wanted to put it in his pocket and go and eat chinga somewhere. But that money that came was not the money that paid his fees. Can you see the import? I am so angry and mad. You see what politics can turn people into? You see why I keep telling you I will never be a politician? You keep why I tell you that the day that I'll come to you and tell you vote for me to be whatever, then that's the day I would have gone local. Mad. A fine gentleman like Paul cannot even be grateful to Togbe Afede and say, oh, Togbe, you paid my fees, thank you. Even if the money came at the time that your fees had been paid. So what? Wherever you borrowed the money from, you could have returned that. True? My brother, my sister, hey. Togbe Afede described Paul Adom-Otchere as what? A stomach politician. And it's all over in the news. He says people like him, they lie in order to make a living. And now I believe it. I used not to believe it. Watch, some people live by their stomachs. Togbi Afede on Paul Adom-Otchere's ex gratia assertions. Watch this. Even when a man gives you water to drink at the time that you need it, even if you don't need it and he gives it to you, a thank you would not kill you. But because of dirty politics, Paul can come out and say, oh, I had a fleet of cars. We had about 17 cars. Togbi Afede's car was just one car. We had 17 cars. If you had 17 cars, why did you go asking him for his BMW 17 series? Several years down the line, 7 series, I beg your pardon. Maybe that car might not be worth it. But you came out to flaunt what you did not have. That's where I am hurt. I normally don't go personal. But when people behave like greedy dogs, it is so hurting that we do not want the youth to move towards that tangent. It is not helpful. There are so many other headlines that have come out in this story. So many different ones. Now, Kwesi Pratt, after saying that, watch me. Hey, you cannot talk to this chief like that. Can you dare talk to other chiefs like that? You remember that the same Kwesi Pratt talked about the Aflawo chief when Nana Akufo-Addo arrogantly, the man whose arrogance is transferred to his servant and payboy, Paul Adom-Otchere. What happened? What happened? The president went all the way to insult the Aflawo chief. What? Aflawo chief is not worthless. We don't speak to him like that. Kwesi Pratt slams Akufo-Addo. Hear me. What did Aflawo chief say? All he said was that, come and complete this building that has been put up by your predecessor. Look, the building is wasting up. Now fowls and goats and pigs are those that are running into it. Do us the honor. Come and complete it. If you don't come and complete it, we may have to ask you to come and take it away so that we get our land and we put it to a better use. Nana Akufo-Addo got angry. He said, well, if he wants it to be completed, he should complete it himself. We are paying the tax to you. We are not paying it to Togbi, Aflawo Togbi. And you arrogantly talk to the man like that. That is the same thing Paul Adom-Otchere is doing. Hey, hear me. Come along. Hey, a few days ago, a taxi driver returned how much money? How much money did the taxi driver return? And the whole of Ghana went agog. Everybody was, oh, taxi driver. Even poor people were donating money to a taxi driver. At the end of the day, he had money more than 50 times what he returned. It was to say that, oh, integrity is good. Now, Togbi Afede returns the money and he gets a backlash. All because there's a greedy, arrogant president who pushes his attack dogs to go out there and attack innocent people. Togbi Afede, in fact, should be elevated. He should be clapped for. Now, Togbi Afede said, this is not the first time Paul Adom-Otchere is behaving like a paymaster's puppet. In his own words, he said, when I fought E-Levy, this man came out and attacked me and even brought the finance minister into the whole thing. Paul Adom-Otchere some time ago even said that I was an employee of the finance minister. Meanwhile, this man has never employed me. We together founded the data bank. How could I have been an employee of the finance minister? According to Togbi Afede, Paul Adom-Otchere apologized and they moved on. Hey, my brother, my sister, today we're spending so much time on this issue because it's very important. And I think that it's about time this thing fizzled out. Hey, Paul Adom-Otchere says, hey, me, I have been supporting Nana Akufo-Addo even at the time that he was losing elections. I cannot be a stomach politician. Now you are a stomach politician because you are defending the indefensible. Things that cannot be defended. You come out like a puppet on a string and you are trying to defend that, so you are losing your credibility geometrically. Cathedral, Paul Adom-Otchere came out and said, We have engineers, we have that. The nation is not moving on because we need salvation, and that salvation can only come from a cathedral. Are you crazy? What is this? Ghanaian journalist Paul Adom-Otchere says the National Cathedral is what will save Ghana. Really? And he went ahead to lie about the fact that, US, the founding fathers, they had to put the country in the hands of God. Americans are the most unreligious people on earth. Americans are the most, the fact that they have in God we trust on their dollar is only a lip service to who truly they are when it comes to God. How many Americans believe in God? How many Americans believe in God? But Americans generally are kind because it's innate. Some people think that you have to be religious before you can be kind. People give you money because they believe when they go to heaven, God will refund the money. True? People are kind to other people in our country, all because we believe that when we do that, God will help us. Am I lying? But when Americans and other wise people donate things, when they help people, they are not helping them because some God will come and give them money one day, or some God will put them in heaven one day. No, they are doing it for the sake of humanity. You chase gays out of this country night and day. Your president does that. Lesbians out. Yet a chunk of the money that is used to pay you by your paymasters is coming from gays and lesbians. Which country has decided to legalize the things that your cathedral is against? All the things that your cathedral is against, about 99% of them are practiced right there in America. How can you compare America and Ghana with religiousness? Your president goofed. If he wanted to build a house for God, he should be using his own pocket money. You understand? If Duncan Williams wants to build a house for God because he promised God, would he come out and ask Ghana to pay? Would he come out and ask his church members to pay? No. If he even asks them, it's going to be voluntary. Do you get it? Now your president is squeezing our neck, making us choke to vomit out money for him to use for his illegal, unholy cathedral. To God be the glory. My brother, my sister, this country has been taken over by jackals. This country has been taken over by greedy buffoons, selling the country chunk by chunk, selling it out to party members and very terrible tigers and wolves. So before your children grow up, this country has already been sold, and Nana Akufo-Addo is the main perpetrator. Lands are being sold all over the place. What do we do? My brother, my sister, today I am so incensed. I saw how a guy like Paul came up on the ladder. Very, very objective, full of fact. This was the same guy who said Nkrumah never won an election in Ghana. He never apologized for that. He rather came back and tried to explain why he said Nkrumah didn't win any election in this country. You can never look down on Nkrumah. He said he supported Nana Akufo-Addo because, when he was an MP, he spoke so well in Parliament and all that. Well, you can like whoever you want to like, but objectivity will never sit in the same classroom with subjectivity. Should I say it again? Objectivity will never ever sit in the same classroom with subjectivity. No, sir. No, sir. In the interim, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Now, the next thing we need to look at, and it's going to be quick, it's about Kevin Taylor and also, MP for Asin Central, right? Agyapong. This one I've entitled Kevin Taylor has the last laugh against Agyapong. Agyapong boasted that he had all the money in the world and he will chase Kevin Taylor into the anus of the wild elephant, pull him out of the anus, lash him until he became pulp. My brother, my sister, hear me now. Things are becoming things. He boasted that he had all the money amidst expletives and bad language. In fact, by now, I thought that Kevin Taylor would have become pulp. Kevin Taylor, he is a man who likes to speak his mind. Kennedy Agyapong is another man who likes to speak his mind. So two people of like character clashed. And then it became too personal. Kennedy Agyapong went all the way and descended into the dirtiest of all gutters, insulting the father of Kevin Taylor. How he had a rotting sore, flies were, hovering around it, and now he was going to toilet on himself, as we say in Ghana. You understand? My brother, my sister, somebody's sick father, then you will take him into a certain personal fight that you have with his son. It's childish, isn't it? Today, we are reading in the news, and look at the banner headline, what I saw. I couldn't believe it. Watch. Kennedy Agyapong discontinues his defamation case against Kevin Taylor. Why? Have you run out of money? A man who boasts that he has all the money in the world, all of a sudden says he's discontinued it, but it's not for fun. Hear me now. As Kennedy Agyapong threatened, he actually went to court in America, and the case was called, and it was thrown out of the American court, having boasted that he had all the lawyers. He would pay millions to be able to hang Kevin Taylor. On the first hearing, in fact, they threw out his case. What did they say? Oh yes, you actually are a public figure, so people will talk about you. He only made a commentary that people were interested in, is for the public's interest. From that time, Kennedy Agyapong has been very quiet. And look at the court documents. Kennedy Agyapong himself wrote to his lawyer, according to this report, and said, it's enough. I don't want to fight anymore. I thought that Kennedy Agyapong never would stop fighting until he wins. I've seen him engage in different fights. And some of them, he vowed that he would never stop until he won. But Kennedy Agyapong, Kweku Bakun, gone stale, right? And now Kevin Taylor. And Kevin Taylor is having the last laugh. Look at the documents. Hey, my brother, my sister, money is not everything. No. Money is not everything. If you think that you have money so you are God, you are going to be one of the most miserable people on earth. You know what Bob Marley said? He said, this man is so poor that all he has is money. You understand? All he has is money. He's so poor. If money made people rich, probably Kennedy Agyapong would have been the richest in Ghana. Unfortunately, no. You need brains. Apart from brains, you also need wits. Apart from wits, you need compassion. Apart from compassion, you also need a lot of other things like friends and wisdom. Hey, to Kevin Taylor, keep doing what you're doing. Yes, I might not agree with him on everything he says, but my brother, my sister, how many people would have the balls to stand face to face with Kennedy Agyapong, a political maverick, in quotes, who has all the money? He's the biggest bankroller of his political party that is in power. Now he says his president has failed. If it comes to voting right now, his party is going to lose because his first president failed where it mattered most, protecting the public purse and fighting corruption. And in that case, in fact, he's right. Kennedy speaks his mind. As I said, I love him. And most of the time when he speaks, he has something to back what he says. But of late, he's been throwing some tantrums around, and most of them are just fallacies, no truths or half-truths. Kevin Taylor, one more time, congratulations. You've been able to stand before a very big Goliath. And as David, a sling and a stone defeated that David. I hope this will humble Kennedy Agyapong, and he will look at money as just another blessing and not the ultimate. in the interim. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more to talk about. Whoa! Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Why? Yes, we make all the news all over the place because we speak truth to power. We are honest and we don't do politics. We are very objective, no subjectivity. Yes, just yesterday we were talking about the killers of the nation, right? And yes, we are all over in the news. Ghana loves what we do because you hardly find in the media people who are that objective. People who speak the truth. That is why it is our tagline. No politics, but what? Patriotism. My brother, my sister, watch this one. Hey. Just yesterday we were talking about this. Absenteeism in Parliament. Black RASTA takes on arrogant Agyapong, calls her nation killer. If you have time, go check it out. It's all over on the internet. Other people have written about it. And remember, we promise you one thing. Objectivity, patriotism, no two ways about that. Wait, hear me now. Let me deal with the next thing quickly. This one I've decided to entitle National Cathedral Hullabaloo. What is Hullabaloo? Confusion. Higgledy-piggledy. Yeah, that's it. That's what it means. That big word simply means confusion. Hey. National Cathedral. What's the minority in Parliament talking about? Minority in Parliament says that the finance minister, Ken Oforiatta, must do something. Watch. Oforiatta must brief Parliament on National Cathedral expenditure. These arrogant people, will they do it? These arrogant people, I'm asking, will they do it? Hey, come and tell us how much of our money you are blowing, flying around aimlessly. President says, hey, my finance minister will come and talk about it. Finance minister came and said, no, it is not my duty to talk about it. It is the people who are, dealing with our security who should talk about it. Minister of Defense came and said, I cannot talk about it, but the president actually cannot fly just any plane. The national plane is not good enough. President needs a plane that is spacious enough that he can have a shower before he goes into a meeting. And then, yes, and we actually saw him hire a huge aircraft where he could stretch his legs and eat all his fantasies before arriving in any country at the taxpayers' back. My brother, my sister, now after defense minister said that, Minister of National Security said, we can't tell you how much the president is blowing from your money because it hinges on security. Today they are asking him to come and account for national security. Will the president do it? Now his attack dogs are already all over the place defending the cathedral. We don't need engineers. We don't need teachers because we have them. What we need now is salvation. And the Catholic Church, or better still, the cathedral is what is going to give us salvation. My brother, my sister, those of you who don't know history, there was a pharaoh. Let me not turn it into the history class. There was a pharaoh called Chops who forced the people of Egypt to build him a certain monument, pyramidal monument, so that when he died, he will be buried in it. In fact, people wet their backs broken. Some people even died carrying sand and switch. And so much in order to build that pyramidal edifice for Cheops. You know what happened? In fact, they finished building it. Cheops wanted the pyramid to be finished before he died. God gave him the opportunity. They finished it. And it was all over the place that this was going to be the burial place of the great pharaoh called Cheops. When he died, the people refused to bury him there. Now you are dead. Now you are dead. We shall decide whether to bury you in there or not. Because of what you did to your own people, we have no respect for your dead body. We will bury you like a pauper. We will bury you like a villain, a common thief. Cheops never got buried in that pyramidal edifice. It's going to happen to Nanado. It will happen to him. Hey, you see this cathedral that he's building? Hey, that cathedral. People are sweating. People are bloodying in order to have that built. All in the name of salvation. All in the name of a God who does not live in a house made of bricks and mortar. All in the name of a God who said, anywhere in the world you could stand and pray and to be called holy. You don't need to go to one place. My brother, my sister, Nana Akufo-Addo, I wonder if after building this cathedral, God himself will come and be in it. You know who is going to take it? His uncle, Satan, Lucifer, is going to be the CEO of that cathedral. I've told you already, Nana Akufo-Addo is more arrogant than Satan. That cathedral he is building for Satan. It's only Satan who will come and inhabit it. And when he's dead and gone, we shall pacify it and turn it into a hospital. Hallelujah. We shall pacify it and turn parts of it into something that the people truly need. Will they talk about it? Dash it away, rude boy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo. And my name, Black Rasta. When we return, we have much more to talk about in the interim.
Luxury home. It's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wave caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. training here. We do brace training, we do wake caps installation, we do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
My sister Paulina and a day after.
You can't seminar. You better free. Abu's chapter.
Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews.
Hey! Madam!
Tina Tet Hayan Herbal capsule. A drawing Tina Berwati semi. Me ready a mention glasses. Obroni Bessie. See clear.
Hey, no crow. Tina Tet Hayan Herbal capsules. A full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A drawing baby atwa. Got Tina Tet Herbal shop. Hey, now what? Yeah, Tina Tet Hayan.
See clear!
River on the long days, the moon shines brighter in the darkness, and the town is free on the strong days. Yeah.
Diana Wright, first of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer, I am an author, I am a songwriter, I am a poetess, and I am an actress, right? I do the whole, I've been doing this for many, many years. And so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art, that's me. You think art and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music, I do inspirational music, I do cultural music, I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. You know, or the adult, if you feel like it needs some motivation or so. The kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Even though they say you can't. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on that, you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're crippled, you know. You don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor, he can't take care of and that is not good. It's not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. You know, they just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Well, if I veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, Lord, she am moving away pantry. Give me a firm foundation when a Sunday.
But Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be that 16BARS M as in Mary.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I am available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me on, first of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's. So that's Empress, which is DIANNA. So that's Empress Diana, that's my IG. And also you can also, send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time it's the word all spelled out. 16barsmm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16barsmm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down Adom-Otchere. Only for veggie where we plant, me now go hungry. Come and say, Adom-Otchere moving away pantry. Give me a firm foundation.
And on July 23rd, I will be at the National Sports Stadium in Accra on July 23rd for the Hands Across Africa Expo. I will see you then on July 23rd.
But I am not afraid. No, I am not afraid. No.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonomo. Wayo! Lord God have mercy. Hear me now, my brother. Beautiful piece of music. And remember, Diana Wright has Bed of Roses out there. Go stream it online and check it out. And remember to get in contact with her and, book her for concerts. You can see all her details up here. Remember that we also have Etana coming to this country, Eric Donaldson coming in July, and it's going to be boom. Yours truly, Blakk RASTA would also be performing live at Accra Sports Stadium. Many more artists from Jamaica, America, St. Lucia, all coming together in a big tango. Chami Kwame would also be there. Many more artists. You understand? Make sure that you come to support a good cause. All right? And it's a charity concert just to help the people. So when you come in, you are paying to help Ghana and even beyond. Yes, now we are also sponsored by the Cathedral of Tinated Natural Health Center, the House of Quality Herbal Medicines. Also sponsored by Hot and Spicy Catfish. At the same time, we want to say thank you to all our sponsors. We appreciate you and we love you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonomo. Next thing I want to look at is entitled A Boost for Herbal Medicine. My brother, some money has been voted for herbal medicine in Ghana. How much money has been voted to boost herbal medicine from the COVID money? The money that politicians are misbehaving with around, as we heard recently. Watch it. COVID-19 Trust Fund releases 1.8 million Ghana cedis for research into coronavirus herbal medication. My brother, it's long overdue. Remember when the Food and Drugs Authority said they had some concoction, they were testing and building and what? And we all believed that after some time, we would have the medication, the remedy for COVID. Madagascar came ahead of us with the hoax that they had found the medicine. Maybe it worked for some time. Whatever it did, Ghana was never able to produce anything. Some herbalists came out and said, well, they were able to make something, but they were shut down. Now, we live in a country where you can't have your peace in a trotro. You sit in the trotro, and all kinds of herbs are sold. The interesting thing is that some of the herbalists have one herb that can cure 6 million diseases, from malaria all the way down to diabetes. One herb. The same herb is also able to cure you of Boa, aka Echo. The same herb is able to cure you of heart problems. The same herb will make you strong in bed, aka Kotidinding. They say it with no euphemisms. And they use a lot of profanity to sell their medicine. And you couldn't find something for corona. All of a sudden, the prophets who could touch you and all the diseases inside you would vanish were quiet. Those who saw things that will happen 7 million years later couldn't see coronavirus coming. So we have to fall back on our herbalists. What that means is that we all work hand in hand. What the prophets don't see, what the spiritualists can do, the herbalists might be able to do that. What the herbalists can do, maybe some other people can do it. One group cannot do everything. But the herbal sector of Ghana has been relegated to the background. Some have even read voodoo meanings into that. Whenever you visit any herbalist, then it's all about voodoo. True or false? In Nigeria, the word herbalist has even been corrupted. When you say, they say herbalist. Herbalist. Herb is herb. You know, different people with different accents and pronunciations. My brother, my sister, in Nigeria, if you say you are going to visit a herbalist, then it means you are going for voodoo. True or false? In Ghana, no. But gradually, it's also coming. Imagine somebody comes to visit Blakk RASTA and he's told that, oh, he's gone to visit his herbalist. It will be in the news the next day that Blakk RASTA has gone for juju. That's it. They have read primitive underpinnings into herbal medicine in Ghana. If you use herbal medicine, they come at you and say, why? Why the hospital? Why didn't you go to the hospital? They don't believe in alternative medicine. I am glad that this is happening right now. Congratulations. But the COVID money, I thought they said we should come to Parliament and explain how it was used. Will this president do it? Well, we are waiting. Next thing I want to look at, dash away that one day, dash it away, is on a sad note, but also on a good note. In Zimbabwe, prostitutes are now doing barter. Give me the headline. Prostitutes in Zimbabwe are doing barter now. And they are now using bread packets as condom. Prices are rising and they are accepting vegetables, tomatoes, maize, and beans as payment. Dash that headline away and let me go deeper into it. Hear me now, brethren. In Zimbabwe, prostitutes are so hungry that when you come to them, they will take vegetables, maybe alefu, some tomatoes, and in exchange, they will give you jiggy. Some people go to the prostitute's place with fowls. They hold the fowl. So now the farmer can also get some little jiggy. Hey, if you have vegetable oil, you can get jiggy. On the streets of Harare, prostitutes are no more insisting on taking cash. No, the cash has become useless. So vegetables. If you have some banana, you can have jiggy. If you have cassava, jiggy. Hey, if you even have onion, jiggy. So on the streets of Harare, on the streets of Mashingo, on the streets of Bulawayo, you will see in the night people holding fowl, chagwai, at midnight on the streets. Don't think that they are going to the herbalist or juju man. They are going for jiggy. Hi! In the night when you see a man carrying a small basket of tomatoes, don't think he's gone crazy. He's going for jiggy. Hey, my brother, my sister, Africa, we are now under pressure. Hey, but we are so innovative. Where money fails us, vegetables will come in, oil will come in. Hey, even salt. Some men are carrying salt for jiggy jiggy. So the interesting thing is that a lot of the women who take the vegetables and take the fowls and take the onions and the salt for jiggy jiggy, they use all that to feed their children. Research has shown that a lot of them are widows. That's why I say, on a sad note, because the economy has crumbled, they are now accepting food so they can feed their children, and in return they give you jiggy jiggy. I pray that Zimbabwe gets better. On a more sad note, oh Lord God have mercy. When the princess gone, he made natty. When the princess gone, oh Lord, Sonny Bali has gone home. Hey, Mary Agyapong, you remember her song, that beautiful song that came out, and the guy in it toasting it nicely, that was Sonny Bali. When he started it off, he was a rapper with G Life. You remember their song, which was big all over the place. Sonny Bali passed on just yesterday, around 2 in the afternoon in England. He was born in 1982. He was one of the kingpins of dancehall in this country. I am glad I was able to meet him when I was contracted to be the MC for the Busy Signal concert. My brother, my sister, Sonny Bali is gone. He died from a heart attack. May his body, mind, and soul rest in perfect peace as we remember him today. Soldier, we salute you as you go home. You have done more than enough to help this industry. You brought up Samini. You brought up a lot more. What you deserve is a salute and even more. May you rest in peace as we remember you today. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and I want to say thank you so much for coming along with me on this special journey and this beautiful journey known as the Blakk Pot, where we speak truth to power. We are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Ghana Web TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. We are also live on our own TV, the Blakk Empire TV. My brother, my sister, and on YouTube, we are live on Blakk Empire Media. And our Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Yes, follow us, subscribe, and hit on the notification button so that you will be notified to watch us every time. In the interim, I want to also announce that I will be on Class FM 91.3 FM live and colored from Monday. Yeah, and we'll be doing it big. The Blakk Pot will still be rolling in the interim. This is the man you love to hear it. Yes, this is the man you love to hear it, because you will never hear what you want to hear. You would only hear what I, man, God, and King put in my mouth to tell you. And to set time when I back up again, job less, no less, no stress. Blakk RASTA say what? Whoa!